Nikki and Fee, yeah, we come through. Tap in, got the truth for you. Politics and the culture, we gon' break it down. Nikki and Fee, yeah, we wear the crown. Truth and honesty first, yeah, it's going down. Fee hit the floor, conversation on fire. World turning crazy, so the stakes getting higher. From the block to the ballot, we connecting the dots. Pull receipts, check facts, no tricks, no plots. Voices raised, breaking chains, ain't no silence here. Tap in the channel, bring the vision clear. Black girls with a mic, yeah, the world gon' hear. From the bayou to the world, we shifting the gears. Tap in, don't miss the vibe. Nikki and Fee got the world subscribed.
That's right. Hi, guys. Hi, YouTube. Good evening, all. My name is Nikki.
And I'm Fee. And
we are Tapp-Inn. Yes, tap in on politics with us, you guys. We have several topics this evening that we want to go over, okay? So definitely join us. Please like, share, and subscribe, you guys. Like, share, and subscribe. We are getting this channel off its feet, and we need your love, support, okay? All right. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and add our first clip on here, okay? And Fee, what do we have? What are you going to be talking about that I can chime in on?
Our first little nugget of tea that we're going to be discussing today is the Trump administration and their downgrading of nursing and teachers as a professional degree.
Oh, y'all thought it was a game? No, this is the full list. I'll read out every single occupation that Donald Trump's administration has, and it's one big, beautiful bill that redefines what counts as a professional degree. This is the official list of the affected degrees. That is nursing, and that is all forms of nursing. That's MSN, DNP, NP, nurse, midwife, and CRNA. A physician assistant, a occupational and physical therapist, a counseling and therapy fields, public health, health administration, education, and that's all specialties. Social work, BSW, MSW, IT, cybersecurity, engineering, business, MBA, that's accounting, arts and architecture, audiology, speech, language, and pathology. So that is all of the professions that will be affected by this one big, beautiful bill due to Donald Trump's administration. As you can see at the top, it says loan support cuts for former professional degrees. So the loan support is now cut for all of these degrees because they're no longer considered professional. Nursing all the way down to social work, that is all dominated by women. You do have a few male dominated on here like IT, cybersecurity, business, and things like that. But for the most part, these are all female dominated professions. So a lot of people are speculating that they're trying to bring back a new patriarchy to the land of America. What do you guys think? Because I see the writing on the wall. What did Taylor Swift say? Taylor Swift said, and you were tossing me the car keys, F the patriarchy, keychain on the ground. That's what Taylor Swift said. And I kind
All
right, yes. Let's get into it.
And I'm with you, boy. You know what I'm saying? I'm with you, boy. I just want to reveal a little bit of the truth as I see it. The degrees, nursing, teachers, etc. Yes, there are a couple male-dominated fields in there, but for the most part, it's female-dominated. And what they're doing is undervaluing the power of women in our society. The GOP has been planning this for years. It all began with the overturning of Roe versus Wade. Okay. That's where all of this started. And if you would have read Project 2025 or at least skimmed through it, like we told y'all.
I did.
Just skim through it. You would have saw the setup happening. Let's get rid of any kind of contraception. And then next, we're going to go after women in professional degrees, women that can take care of themselves without a man. You know what I'm saying? That's what they're after. Their ultimate goal is to bring women's value down to where you're absolutely going to need a man. And then with no contraception, then you're going to be in the home getting pregnant every 9 months, you know? So basically, they just trying to keep us barefoot and pregnant. That's where this is going. This was a plan all along. I don't know. We tried to tell y'all. And that's all I got on it right now.
I'm so sorry, Freddie. You didn't hear that.
Yes, I did.
I don't use that thing, and I did not know it was gonna go off. Okay, so sorry about that. So, all right. So I want to say that I wholeheartedly agree with you. This definitely is giving me, I'm coming from a place of, it's giving me this whole America First sick dream that these people have, where they, strip all the rights away from women so that women can be in the house, as you stated, barefoot and pregnant. And, it goes back to the fact that, as being a young lady, being raised, when we're coming up, they make it seem as if we should only have one goal, right? Which is to start a family, when everybody's different. Some men don't want that and some women don't want that. So they train us from that, from when we're kids, right? So then over the last several decades and things like that, women have been getting smarter and stronger, and they have just been realizing that, hey, you know what? If I don't want to be barefoot and pregnant, then bitch, y'all got to do that. You see what I'm talking about? If I want to go work on a construction site, i.e. my mama, okay, she gonna go on a construction site. She gonna be on the bridge. Okay, she gonna be putting up the street lights. She gonna be wiring the electrical box. You see what I'm talking about? I'm gonna get out sometime from time to time and do my own thing. You might see me behind the big rig. So just because you guys trying to roll back the clock and put us back in the days, it don't mean that we're going to go for it, because at the end of the day, life starts with the women, and so you guys will always have to come back. You can try to strip away as many laws as you are, take away our privileges and do things like that, but we're still going to proceed, and we're still going to get where we need to be. And those are just the facts. And I think that's all women of all colors. I have met so many women of all races that do so much shit. You see what I'm saying? Like, they do a lot. They sergeants, they run the prisons and things like that. They do all types of construction work. They weld. Okay. And then we of course we have the nurses, the professionals, the nurses that work really, really hard and things like that to get to where they have to go in life. So yeah, I agree with you, Fee. They're trying to take us back. I don't think it's going to work, because we progressed too much, and we can see them coming. We're 10 steps ahead.
Well, friend, that was also one of the reasons for DEI being rolled back, because DEI helps a lot of women.
It does.
In a lot of positions.
Right.
And if they roll that back, then the jobs that we could get, like welder, like construction site, they feel like these jobs are going to say, oh, well, we don't have to hire any women anymore. We're not going to hire it. That's where they're coming from with the whole DEI aspect of all of this. This was the first thing that they implemented the day they got in the White House, was rollback DEI. Rollback
DEI, because they knew that a lot of so-called minorities and women were benefiting off that. Now, what does it stand for? Diversity, equity, and inclusion? Is that what they're trying to?
Yes.
Okay, so that's what it stands for, DEI. So yeah, they're trying to take us back to the Stone Age, but I'm not going, so.
And the only DEI I see is half of the people in his administration. DEI stand for didn't earn it.
Totally didn't. Okay, we're going to talk about, maybe in the next episode, we have to talk about, actually, we do have Hannigan's shenanigans coming up with that Comey case, but we'll get to that. Okay.
Yes.
We got her shenanigans coming up. That's what I like to say. Hannigan's shenanigans. Okay, because that's how she went into court. With her damn shenanigans. But we'll get back to her. Let me go ahead.
All illegal. Child.
Sad shame. So I'm going to go ahead and get our next piece of footage queued up here. Okay, and let's go to... Hold on, let me see which one. Let me take this. Stuff just started playing and stuff like that. You got to be ready. Hold on.
At all times.
Okay, so let's get our next clip on screen, you guys. Sorry about the wait. Here we go.
Headline today had nothing to do with the motion that was actually being considered by the judge. We learned some very important information about what happened with those grand jury proceedings that another judge, magistrate judge, earlier this week said could amount to misconduct. So basically what we learned is that Lindsay Halligan went into that grand jury room and initially presented a 3-count indictment. We knew this. The grand jury said no true bill to one of those counts and only charged Comey with those 2 counts that they did agree to. Now we know that Miss Lindsay Halligan never actually presented that new 2-count indictment to the grand jury. Instead, they reprinted a draft copy of a proposed indictment with only those 2 counts, and only the foreperson signed it. So this is a really big deal because she never actually presented to the full grand jury the indictment with which James Comey is charged. Now, the judge has asked for the government to look into a case from 1969 that we understand has to do with a similar grand jury proceeding. He's asked for some briefing on that. The defense will respond. But if this is the case, this could be a really big deal, and this could be grounds enough for the Comey defense team to actually have this indictment completely thrown away. Anna?
Breaking news.
Okay, so right here, you guys, we can kind of see what gets things kicked off with Hannigan and her shenanigans. Okay, she starts effing up right from the beginning, honey, and she just keeps going and going and going. Okay, this is, she's beautiful. She's a beauty queen, baby, but it ain't helping. It's not helping right now. Okay, let's go ahead and get to the next video so we can see what has happened with this. Let me pull that up. Oh, wait, hold on. Okay, so here is that the one? I thought that was, hold on, you guys. Okay, so you had one that said Comey, and then
yeah, the one that says Comey should be about the case.
Oh, here it is.
Yeah,
I got it. Let me. Oh, I can't get it to stop talking, honey. We gonna get there. Hold on. Here we go. Okay, you guys, here is what is currently going on with Comey, okay?
And New York State Attorney General Letitia James.
In twin rulings today, Judge Cameron McGowan Curry found the appointment of Lindsay Halligan as interim U.S. attorney was invalid and unlawful. Halligan had been handpicked by President Donald Trump to bring criminal charges against his political foes when a predecessor refused. She was then swiftly appointed as interim U.S. attorney by Attorney General Pam Bondi. Comey reacted to the news today.
I'm grateful that the court ended the case against me, which was a prosecution based on malevolence and incompetence. and a reflection of what the Department of Justice has become under Donald Trump, which is heartbreaking. But I was also inspired by the example of the career people who refused to be part of this travesty. It cost some of them their jobs, which is painful, but it preserved their integrity, which is beyond price. And I know they will serve again.
And our White House correspondent, Liz Landers, asked Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt about this today. Here was her response.
I know there was a judge who is clearly trying to shield Letitia James and James Comey from receiving accountability, and that's why they took this unprecedented action.
A federal judge has dismissed the indictments against former FBI Director James Comey and New York State Attorney General Letitia James.
In twin rulings today, Judge Cameron McGowan.
They will serve again.
And our White House correspondent, Liz Landers, asked Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt about this today. Here was her response.
I know there was a judge who is clearly trying to shield Letitia James and James Comey from receiving accountability, and that's why they took this unprecedented action to throw away the indictments against these two individuals. But the Department of Justice will be appealing very soon, and it is our position that Lindsay Halligan is extremely qualified for this position, but more importantly, was legally appointed to it.
NPR.
Okay, you guys. So Caroline Leavitt is saying that Lindsay Halligan was legally appointed to the position. All right. And so I guess that's them trying to say that everything is legal and square with her, even though she's never held that type of position before. So this is her first time. So basically, from my standpoint, just to make it simple, the inexperience is showing. This is what happens when you put your career and everything that you work hard on the line for someone just willy-nilly. You know, you haven't even thought this whole thing out, don't even know what you're doing. And so now the case has been tossed out. It had been said in the beginning when everything had got started, it was going to get tossed out. So this is really not surprising. This is what the experts have been saying. So it was expected, and it even has been said, allegedly, that Trump, when he does these things and he goes after people that he doesn't like and people that he has a problem with, the revenge, that he already knows that these cases are going to get thrown out. He just does it so that they can spend money and, you know, he can drag them through the court system. So it's all a part of a sick game that these MAGA people and these Republicans are playing, you know. And Caroline Leavitt, the way she likes to sit up and, you know, flip it around and spin it and make it something out that it totally isn't. I mean, where did he get her from? She can just lie so easily. Okay. But I'm going to end up with just saying I'm not surprised. Nothing to add on, friend?
Well, what the deal is, the reason why she was illegally appointed is because we have ways that our government works. I'm not sure that anybody in that DEI didn't earn it administration knows how anything works. But the way things work is once a U.S. attorney is not in that position anymore, a new the judges appoint someone to that position until someone else is until someone else is confirmed by the Senate. That's what happens. When you're a U.S. attorney, you have to go through the Senate process. You can't just throw people in there. That's not the way that things work. They have to go through a confirmation process. Until they go through that confirmation process, judges in that jurisdiction appoints somebody to that position. Well, they just said, screw that whole step. We're not doing that. Okay, we don't have to do that because I guess they're the Trump administration. They don't have to do nothing and they don't want to do. So we're going to just put somebody in there. And the reason why they did it like that is because they only had a couple days left to indict Jim Comey, or the statute of limitations would have been up. Okay. So
Yes.
they had to rush and get somebody in front of the judge in order to in front of the grand jury to present that, to get the indictment before the statute of limitations ran out. And I don't even know how this is gonna work because the judge did dismiss it, but he dismissed it without prejudice. Okay.
Yes,
Without
and that part
prejudice
that you're
means
getting
that
to,
you can refile it.
right, but the part that you're talking about
Go
is
ahead.
important because he hasn't even gotten to that yet. They're still stuck on the part where
Right.
she didn't take the case to the grand jury. So if they do get over that, like you're saying, and then they get into the, logistics of how she got that position, she could be in a lot of trouble, and they're saying she could lose her license. So that's what the
She can
experts are saying.
already lose her license. She can already lose her license because, first of all, she lied to the court. The way that she went about getting the indictments to begin
Right.
with was a sham. She presented that to just the jury foreperson because that was the only person that was still in the halls
There.
of
Yeah.
the courthouse. Everybody else had left. She
Yeah,
didn't
and
even
he was the
present.
last line.
She presented her
Mhm.
case. She presented her case. Okay. They found a non-true bill. Okay. A non-true bill is we don't have enough evidence to bring this to trial. Okay. So what she did was, okay, well, I'm gonna try another way to get him. And by the time she got that ready, the jurors, the grand jurors were already gone. You know what I'm saying? So what she did was just grab the foreperson who happened to still be there and had them to sign off on it.
Right. And
That's
put it in because I
completely
see the
illegal. What are you
document.
doing, lady?
She mentions the foreperson,
What
that
are you
person in the
doing?
very last line of the document. It's very manipulative because you're trying to make it seem as
Yes.
if you did the whole thing, but you didn't. You just added in that one sentence on the end. So I don't know how she didn't think that they're like professional judges and lawyers. Did you not think that they were going to know that? Like,
And I mean, James Comey, he was the director of the FBI. You didn't think he was gonna have the best lawyers that money could buy, ma'am? Really?
that's why
Really?
I said, baby.
But you see, that's what you get. That's what you get when you put a insurance lawyer in the head of in the DOJ trying to indict people. You get people doing things that they have no idea what they're doing
At all. So
and like I was saying, the judge dismissed the case, yes, without prejudice. So that means that they can try again. But the thing is that the statute of limitations has already ran out on the time that you had to indict James Comey. So now you may not even be able to present that again, because you've run out of time.
Levitt says that
now
they
Letitia James is a different story.
Caroline says that that they've already, if they haven't already retried the case, then they're going to do it right away. But I don't think so. I just don't think so. I mean, if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. But I know it's out of vengeance that he's doing that, and I think he just wants to keep them embroiled in some sort of chaos. That's what I think. But I could be wrong.
That's what he wants to do. That's absolutely what he wants to do.
We'll see. I mean, we'll see if he goes that hard.
With the evidence that they have, they'll be no jury of 12 that will convict those people. This is just something for them to spin their wheels and spend their money, and harass people, bully people. That's what this is. That's all
Yes.
this is.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and bring up our next. We still have some time. So let's see. We're almost at our 30-minute mark. Well, yeah, we're almost at our 30-minute mark. So let's go to our next story, which is in regards to ICE, you guys. Of course, we know that ICE is on the street terrorizing people. And this right here is, for me personally, I'll say this is where I cross the line with the ICE people. Okay, when they start messing around with children is where I cross the damn line. All right, it's I mean, come on now, hold on, let me get my
I didn't see this story, so this is gonna be new for me.
Okay.
I know,
but I'm gonna still have opinions.
This one shames. This is a tragedy in many respects, but people at the Department of Homeland Security, I know there are great people there that come to work every single day and do their jobs and do it admirably. Unfortunately, Mr. recently married back here is not one of those people. He works for ICE, and he is an auditor for them, a civilian employee. When he was arrested, he said, "I'm ICE boys." Well, unfortunately for him, we locked him up, put him in our jail. He got reappropriated to our jail, and my understanding is he helped send people to send federal authorities. I think he's going to see some federal authorities because I think the feds are going to take this case. So I'm going to close on this and I'll take questions.
All right, you guys. So you can see this is one of the many devastating stories that comes from ICE. Okay, there are so many. Okay, we don't have time to go through them all, but this just gives you an idea of the type of people that have been hired at ICE. Okay, I don't feel as though there's been any background checks done, as there's been no lot of, when you go and you become a police officer and things of that nature, you got to take a lot of technical tests. You know what I'm saying? You got to take special tests. You have to go see a psychologist and all of those things. All right. So we have these ICE people on the street in masks. All right. Pulling people from every which way. Okay, these people don't seem to be credentialed at all. It's given very much low level. Okay, I mean, I just have a problem with the way that ICE is operating. I can understand that if there's a lot of people that came into the country that don't have their documents, but I just don't agree with the way that it has worked from the beginning, with them going to the farms and snatching all the people away from the farms, going to the Home Depots. Now we have a situation where we have reports of abuse. Okay, we have sexual deviance and sexual misconduct going on. And I think, Christy, you're going to be in charge. Okay, instead of being so concerned with your Instagram and your makeup, I think that you need to start doing some background checks. Okay, and then perhaps we won't have these situations where these funky ass, nasty ass men is out here soliciting sex from children. Now, maybe you can check on that. Okay, and pray to your God about it, because you said you were a Christian. I don't know what kind of Christian it is, but you said that. And you said your God was on your side. I need you to go talk to him, because you need a little help. And that's what I got to say about it, friend.
I didn't know the story. I'm disgusted. I'm so sick of these people using God as an excuse for everything. These so-say Christians that walk around with the crucifix around their neck, like that's supposed to convince me of anything, when your actions prove everything that I need to know about you. I'm just tired of it. And then you're molesting kids around here now. That's what we're doing. But I mean, I'm not surprised, because the whole lot of them, as you said, they haven't been through any of the rigorous testing that normal federal agents go through. These people are nothing more than Proud Boys, white supremacists, and January 6ers. That's what this entire group of people is made out of. So nothing that they do surprises me anymore. We just had a drunk one the other day in Florida, driving drunk with his kids, and the first thing he saw the one of the cops that came up to arrest him, and he asked the man, "Where are you from? Are you Haitian?" Dude, worry about the crimes that you're committing right now. Right now, you're the person that's driving drunk with some little kids in the back seat, you know? And then he throws out there, "Yeah, because I'm ICE." Well, is that supposed to help you right now, sir?
Right.
You're going to the jail.
Right. And I will also like to throw in, it's very, okay, with these ICE people, I just want to say, I'm coming from a place of everything that they're doing just seems very un-American. This is not an America that I am accustomed to. So I don't think they should be trying to blame that on us, we the people. Okay, this is not how we operate. So, and that's all I'm going to say about it. I'm going to bring up our next clip so we can end this first video here. We can end it on culture. What's going on in the culture today? Something that, you know, we may have found poignant for our audience. Let me get that queued up. Oh. Okay, you guys. And so what we do have coming up is we have Kandi. Let me just say this. All right. Our hearts are in our hands. All right. And we just hope that Kandi gets through it. It looks like she's about to go into and get a divorce, you guys. She is divorcing Todd. She's ready to sign the damn paperwork. Okay. She's over it and he's over it as well. So let me I'm just going to play a little bit of what she had to say about it. Okay. Because she went live on Amazon Prime. I believe that was yesterday at around 1 p.m. Eastern time. Okay. But of course, unfortunately, I was working and I couldn't catch it. But let me go ahead and add it to the stage. So mad I was working. See.
All of that means nothing. I've been going through it, y'all. I've been going through it. Life has been lifing me. Okay. Got it. Anyway, I am up and down. And to be clear, yes, I filed Friday, but you know, this is something that, you know, has been brewing for a while. So all the times you've been seeing me online like, all of that means nothing. I've been going through it, y'all. I've been going through it. Life has been lifing me. Okay. Got it. Anyway,
okay, well, on that, I definitely appreciate her being candid and, you know, just basically saying about, you know, how she feels. I felt that she's keeping it real on that part. I don't expect her to go into detail about everything. However, I will say now, allegedly from the footage that's going on around on TikTok, it seems like it's all leading back to the prenup. The prenup. Okay. It seems as if Todd had never accepted that he had to sign that damn prenup. Okay. He wanted access to the cash that she made before she was with him. Now, how the hell is that fair?
That's going to be a hard no, sir. That's a hard
These,
no. I'm sorry.
these men are so crazy.
I am
I
absolutely
mean,
sorry.
they just think that, I mean, and this is a very prestigious woman that has always been well known with prestige, always had a lot of bank. Okay. We've been knowing her forever. Okay. We certainly knew her before we knew your ass. So she been out here, riding around and getting it. You see what I'm saying? So it just, how can you come up on a woman like that and not want to treat her like a princess forever? I mean, it's like, you don't even meet a person like that every day. I mean, Todd, let's be for real. I mean, I'm not being judgmental or anything, but I really feel as though like you're an average guy and you don't even look that tall. You're not even giving 6'1". It's not even a 6'1" vibe.
And you try 5'6".
And you got
try
these kind of
5'6",
demands.
5'7".
You're not
Absolutely
even in
not,
the realm
Todd. That was
of
a hard no.
And the thing is, Kandi can go get one of them guys at 6'1", 6'2", 6'4", big black basketball player, football player, or something, or a doctor. She can go get that. But she chose you, and you're gonna do her like that. So these men are cold-hearted, baby. I think that we got to start. If you know what I'm saying, if you are out there and you're dating and you're a woman, you got to start picking up some of that edge because these niggas don't give no fucks. Okay, you have anything to add, Fee?
Well, I have two perspectives on it. I have a little bit for Kandi, and I have a little bit for Todd. How about that? I don't know if I feel sorry for either one of them. Number
Fair.
one, okay. Kandi, to start this open marriage and inviting people into y'all bedroom thing, that's a recipe for disaster, darling. That's a recipe for disaster. That is never gonna work. And I'm just the type of woman, it ain't happening in my house. Okay? Not in my house. You better sneak and you better not get caught. Okay? That invites way too much energy and way too much for him to think it's okay for him to go out and if your marriage is open, you saying it's okay for him to go out and do things. I'm not sure if their marriage was open. I heard it was
let
open.
me tap in on that. Let me tap in on that right
quick.
quick. Let me tap in on that. Allegedly, the waitresses in Atlanta have been seeing him out on dates.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Some people say it was open. So if you have an open marriage, then you can't get mad if the man is going out with somebody, somebody else, because that's the definition of open marriage. Some people are saying that it wasn't an open marriage. They would just invite people into their bedroom. Okay. So if y'all doing it together, then I guess it's not cheating. Okay. But still, that you giving your man another woman to desire. You giving him that. He not even having to go out and get it. You giving it to him. Absolutely not, Kandi. So once you open your home up to things like that, it's never gonna be anything good. Never. And Todd Burris. Okay? Because your name is not Todd Tucker, because you took Kandi last name. Okay? Because she's the breadwinner. Todd Burris. Let me talk to you, sir. My thing with Todd Burris is, they saying how he felt emasculated because he was not the breadwinner. Kandi was the breadwinner, blah, 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 blah. Let me tell you something. I understand that. I understand that some men need to be needed. Some men need to make more money than their wife to feel like they the man in the relationship. That's when you don't marry a woman that make more money than you.
Right. And
That's
so
when you don't marry a woman that make more money than you.
Right. And I think
If you need to feel like that, then don't marry a woman that make more money than you. That's the bottom line to that.
I think that Todd is a liar. I don't think that he feels, insecure that she makes more money at all. I don't think he cares about any of that stuff. I think that he's solely married to her because she had money. I don't think that it was a real sincere love for him. He never cared. It was always about the bag. And honestly, Kandi might say that she's going through it, but I don't think you really are, because you're a really intelligent woman. I think that you knew that he wanted you for your money. And you say, you know what? I need some company and a couple more kids. Let's do it. That's what I think.
Well, it ain't like she didn't know, because I mean it was out in the blogosphere when they first got together, that the girl that he was seeing, she came out, I believe she showed like some messages or spoke about the things that he would say about Kandi, and it was pretty much everything that we saying right now. Oh yeah, she she got a fat ass, and her face all right, but I don't like her like that. She can't even sing, and blah, blah, this and that and the other. So, Kandi, you saw that just like we did. And you laid up there and you married that nigga anyway.
You married him anyway, Kandi. Just say you wanted a friend.
Okay.
That's what I feel in my heart. Like, just say you wanted a little companionship, girl. I get it. And you know what? If I was a cashy girl like that and I was sitting on millions and millions of dollars, I might buy a husband every now and again as well.
If that's what you're into, and Todd, the nerve of you to be mad about this woman prenup.
Right.
The nerve, you came in there acting like you just came in there to get the money.
Right.
That's why Mama George said, ain't no river wide enough, ain't no ocean deep enough to keep me off your ass, baby. That's why that old lady said that.
I don't know, how did he look in the mirror and you just thought, like, you looked in the mirror and said, you know what, I'm just so fab that Kandi's going to let me have access to the funds that she made before she met me because I'm just so great. Okay, I'm just so fabulous. She's going to do that.
Absolutely not. The captain of the Lollipop Guild. I don't think so.
Excuse me? I'm sorry. He tickles me. Just delusional.
He's the captain of the Lollipop Guild. Shit,
okay.
Munchkin land ass nigga.
And Kandi, like you stated, okay, from your, personally, me, if I get married again, well, I didn't do that the first time I was married. If I get married again, will I be letting people come on in? No. So that lifestyle is not for me or whatever. I'm not sure why they chose that for them. But yeah, I do agree with you on that. It does, bring in a level of disrespect that you're not going to get back, because he might pretend like he respects you, but he doesn't. And he probably don't even like you. So that's the reality.
She just has a terrible track record with men, though. It's like, girl, why do you like her first?
But is that fair?
With men, it's terrible.
But who she was with before Todd, though? Because remember, on the show, she wasn't really with nobody before Todd. But they said that she dated in the industry a lot.
Yes, she was with, first of all, she was with Block, who is in the industry, and
that's her baby daddy.
and that's Riley's daddy, and
Yeah.
he always called her a side chick. He always called her a side chick from the very beginning, and he still does interviews today calling Kandi the side chick. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
but when men
So
do stuff like that to you, when men do stuff like that, they're trying to humiliate you. It's like a humiliation ritual. What is the real reason that you keep on calling that lady that? You see what I'm saying? Like, which you got some type of underlying beef for this lady. You see what I'm saying? Because I think it's a humiliation
from what
ritual.
I understand,
Mhm.
from what I understand, like everybody, it wasn't like a secret or anything. She was like literally the side chick, you know. And then when she came on the show, who did she have? AJ, that one that got killed.
Who got
This nigga had like 18 children.
I remember it ain't coming to
6
me.
or 8 kids. Yeah, he was a I guess he was good. He was good looking, but I actually liked him. I think he got killed like a motorcycle accident or something like that, if I
So this
remember
is the difference
correctly.
that I'm saying. This cat has 18 kids. Nobody's calling him a side dude. But Kandi doesn't have 18 kids. And people are calling her a side chick. So that's why I say it's a humiliation ritual. When people see somebody like her that is able to work hard, you know what I'm saying, that carries herself a certain way, men are very jealous of that when they see that you don't really need them. She's never really needed Block for anything. She's asked him, okay, can you be in your daughter's life? But it wasn't a requirement. Because as we can see, Riley is doing fucking great. She's beautiful.
Riley's great. Riley's great.
She's that girl. So that's why I say that. It's like, I don't know, you know, I always got to swing for the girls. I really feel like when men do that, it's because you're jealous.
Oh, I know you will.
Whatever. You know what I'm saying?
I know you will swing for the girls.
Yeah, it's just like you give it. I mean, let's be real. Todd and this Block guy and whoever the guy was with the 18 kids, you really should have been lucky that she sneezed on you. You know what I'm saying? Because the reality is that
AJ didn't have 18 kids. He had like maybe 6 to 8, but it was a bunch of kids that he had. You know what I'm saying?
That's still a lot.
Come on, Kandi. Not for a woman of your status, you know? A woman of your status, she's always, well, I guess, let me not say that because it's hard for a woman that has the status of Kandi to not marry down. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Because with Black men, for the most part, when they start to have the status of a Kandi Burruss, they start to go away from Black women.
They not start to, they go away. Hold on.
Yeah.
Bring that me out of here.
So I gotta shoot Kandi some bail on that one.
You look, they be out so fast, girl. As soon as the check hit, they be with a white woman the next day.
Yeah, now all of a sudden they got preferences. Shut up. A preference.
Yeah,
so get the fuck out of here.
So we're at 4. We did not meet our goal tonight. We're at 48 minutes and 40 seconds. We did a little bit better. So let's close this one out. It's on. It's early. We're gonna close this one out for now. Is that okay? Okay, you guys, we're coming to you with another episode. Okay, we'll be back. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe, you guys. Thank you.